Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist.
1 Minute Apologist.
Apologetics seeks to give credible answers to curious questions, to give a defense.
What is the message of 1 Thessalonians? 1 Thessalonians is another one of the Pauline epistles written by Paul, probably written sometime around AD 50 to 51. Now, Galatians is argued by many to be Paul's first letter. However, some would contend that this was Paul's first letter and that Galatians was subsequent to it. I'll let you kind of hash through those details. Nevertheless, here's the occasion by which this letter was written. You'll see that it was written by Paul, Timothy, and Silvanus or Silas. And Paul had these traveling companions that would go along with him. Paul would have written this letter, but on his behalf would have been his fellow companions. And while he was doing work with the new converts there, he was pulled away. He was torn out of that context due to some of the oppression that was taking place there. However, later he would send Timothy back, probably in disguise, right? Because they wouldn't have recognized him as much. So not that he would have had to go through with a bag on his head or anything like that. Nevertheless, Timothy would bring back news to Paul about how the Thessalonians were growing in their faith. And this elated Paul. And so Paul wrote this letter from a standpoint of gratitude. And so he's filled with thankfulness and he wants them to keep on keeping on, to continue to produce fruit in their life. Now, my favorite passage is 1 Thessalonians 5, verses 13 through 18 there, where some had fallen asleep or some had died, yet Paul wanted these believers to know that Christ is still yet to return, that he was coming again, and he encouraged them, and he says, comfort one another with these words. Great little book, 5 chapters. Check it out.